Bliss, everyone. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Rissa Vibes here, aka Readings by Rissa. So excited to connect with you as always. Today is another beautiful Sunday, and we are here on my YouTube channel for a brand new weekly reading. I get live on here every single week, every Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Central Time to give you updates on the energy and to relay spirit messages to you and divine guidance from our lovely spirit guides and source, and reading the energy of the mass collective so that we can prepare and navigate through our week with ease. And so today is an exciting day because not only do we have our weekly reading for this week, we also have a new moon in Leo this week as well on Tuesday. So we will be covering that today as well. And we'll just be discussing all of the spirit messages, the things that I've picked up on as a professional intuitive and intuitive coach, on the energy that I've been downloading on the Mass Collective all weekend for this upcoming week. And then we'll also talk about the astrological influences as well for this new moon and for the week itself. I'm super excited to tap into all of this energy. We will also pull cards at the end for a nice summary of everything that we discussed today. And I can't wait to get into it. But first, I want to start with a little bit of a review of last week, just so that we can get an understanding of what energy we're leaving, so that we can really be clear on the energy that we're moving into. So last week, for the cards that I pulled, the first card that I pulled for the beginning of the week last week was the gratitude card. So hopefully all of you were able to watch last week's weekly reading, and you were able to add extra gratitude in your life, making some gratitude lists, allowing yourself to just stay in that vibration of gratitude, knowing that that would bring forth more abundance as you focus on what you want and what you enjoy. You attract more, right? So then in the middle of the week, we had the Serenity card, which was letting us know that it was important to be still and calm as we continued to integrate all of those activations from the Lion's Gate last week. We really were able to observe how our energy has shifted and how we have leveled up spiritually from those activations in our courage, in our confidence, in our drive and determination. And then at the end of the week, we had the Queen of Water card, which was beautiful, really letting us become the master of our own emotions, of our empathic nature, the compassionate energy really amplified within us, and the intuitive energy amplified within us for the weekend. And now as we leave this weekend behind and move into the new week, which is August 16th to August 23rd, this upcoming week, we're going to tap into what's in store for us in that way. So first, before we get into all of the new messages for this week and the new moon in Leo, I want to check in to see how everyone's doing and who's joining us. So let's see who's here. We've got Leslie here. Good to see you, sister. Kayla's here as well. Hello, beautiful. Angel Lopez is here. Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki. Natalie is here. Natalie Niece is here. And Hilaire is here as well. Good to see all of you. So happy to have all of you here. Thank you so much for joining. So again, if you have never seen one of these live readings before, I just want to reintroduce myself. My name is Rissa Vibes, aka Readings by Rissa. I am a professional intuitive and intuitive coach, which means that I help people that are spiritually curious navigate their enlightenment path and activate their intuitive gifts. I do that in one-on-one sessions and mentorship and coaching workshops, events, retreats, and all sorts of other really amazing community gatherings. So if you're interested in any events or any one-on-one sessions with me, I will be sure to drop all of the links in the description below in this reading. And you can also check for those same links in any of the previous weekly readings. I also wanted to let you all know that I did post a meditation for calling forth your protector spirits last week. I know I promised you all that meditation in last week's weekly reading. So I did post that in the YouTube channel feed. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already. That's going to really help you put your shields up and protect your energy as we continue moving through the transformation of this amazing time that we're living in right now. So let's go ahead and dive into more about this amazing time, in particular this week, as we feel into the spirit messages. So the first thing that I want to talk about for this week's energy, 8/16 to 8/23, 23rd, is to first remind everybody that August is the month of self-love, okay? So we really want to make sure that no matter what we're doing throughout this month, we're staying in an active vibration of self-love. That means being nice to yourself, making sure that you're speaking positively to yourself within and outside of yourself to others. You also want to make sure that you're taking the time you need to get rest and relaxation whenever you need it, listening to your body, listening to your hearts and your emotions, making sure you're checking in with your mental health and your ability to stay clear-headed and in a positive mentality. I wore the Think Happy shirt today because it's really important to stay positive right now and to maintain an energy of self-love and self-care. So make sure that you're doing that this month, okay? And you want to carry this into the whole year. You should be having an active self-love practice all the time. It should be a part of your daily routine to take time for yourself and do things that you enjoy and cater to your own needs. But this is a month where we really want to add some energy to it and make sure that if we haven't been doing that in previous months, that we really implement that now, okay? So very important to stay in a vibration of self-love throughout this month and the rest of the year. Now, with that being said, there is an energy of restlessness that I was picking up on all this weekend as I was tapping into the energy of this week coming up. We're feeling just this energy of restlessness. It's kind of like it's a very quick vibration. It's an unsettled vibration, and it's almost like a shaking or a trembling. It's not so much a scary vibration. It's more of just a very active energy. It's very restless. It's very quick moving and high vibrational and very active. And so this energy of restlessness can express itself in a lot of ways. It can feel like anxiety for some people. It can feel like a sense of urgency for other people, you know, feeling a sense of urgency and eagerness, but not knowing exactly what you're in the hurry for or what you're really trying to, you know, get ready for. That energy is really strong. Now, with that being said, this restlessness can be channeled into a lot of productivity. We just have to know how to. And the way that we channel that into productivity is we want to first become aware of it. We want to first recognize, okay, we're feeling this buzz, we're feeling this active vibration, and it's kind of stirring us in a little bit of a way. And we want to notice how we're naturally reacting and responding to it. Are we irritated by it? Are we using our anger? Are we getting frustrated? Are we getting distracted by it? That is going to let us know what we need to alter so that we can actually become more productive. So if you're feeling a little agitated or irritable from that buzzing or a little anxious, you want to recognize that. And as soon as you recognize that, you're instantly going to notice a reduction in that reaction. And as you use that container of awareness to reduce that reaction, you start to create a new vibration within you. And then that's when you want to start to imagine, what can you do with this energy? What can you actually create from it? Can you move some of that irritability that's now being reduced into maybe some excitement for a change from whatever you were irritated by? How can you implement change instead of just being irritated? Can you create a change in your life from that experience? Or can you do something differently? Or can you do something to problem solve whatever you were feeling irritated by? These are things that you want to do to channel that energy accordingly. And so there's a lot of ways you can do this, also through creative work, through body movement. I talked about this last week, you know, those ascension symptoms from the Lion's Gate. So those are still also active for some of you. And so that is also going to add to this energy as well of restlessness. So you may be feeling even more of those ascension symptoms and side effects last week, this week. And this is the time that you really want to move into a positive mentality and into a way of producing something from that energy that is based in what you want versus what you don't want, okay? And this is going to take a little practice. You know, these are where the tests are coming in, because we just ended with the Lionsgate portal and we're moving into this new moon. The last bit of our tests, the last bit of strife or, you know, contrast is showing up right before this new moon to really help us step into whatever we've intended to step into for the new moon, whether it's abundance that you want, or new love, or new activation in spiritual growth, or new productivity in your passion and your purpose. Whatever you've asked for, there's tests that are being given to you to help you to sharpen the skills necessary for that purpose and for that intention, okay? And so that is where this heightened energy is coming from. And that's where a little bit of that restlessness is coming from as well, because you're feeling the tests, you're feeling the activations, and you're trying to keep yourself in center through it all, and kind of create from that and channel into what you really want from that. So it's a lot, you guys. It's a lot of energy. So if you're feeling it, just know that you're not alone, and also make sure to implement that self-care. Taking a couple deep breaths whenever you feel a little overwhelmed, taking a couple deep breaths when you're feeling like you're in a hurry but you don't know what for, slowing down, remembering that it's okay to take your time, and then also being patient, because you may not be aware of what it is that you're eager for or anticipating. And so you want to create something to be eager for, you want to go do something, or you want to respond to that energy before you even know what it is that you're anticipating. So make sure to slow down and give yourself some time before you respond to something. You want to just give yourself that break from immediate reaction. We've got a lot of fire energy going on this week, and we'll get into that in a second. So that immediate reactionary kind of energy can get us in trouble a little bit this week if we're not careful. So take your time, take things slow, be patient, and know that the universe is going to show you what actions to take when it's time to take them. But don't take action just because you feel that urgency, and don't take misguided or aimless action, because that's going to just distract you from really what the intention is that you're setting for this new moon and everything that's going on in your world. Okay, does this make sense, everybody? Give me a thumbs up, give me a smiley face, something, and let me know this makes sense, because I know this is a little complex with the energy, but there's a lot of energy to talk about here. So like I said, the restlessness, feeling in a hurry but not sure for what, more tests happening everywhere, making sure that you're passing those tests by just staying strong in your determination, your courage, your fearlessness, your confidence in yourself, your intuition, and listening to your heart, okay? Now, another way to really kind of pass these tests and also to move through this restless energy is to pull the right wisdom from the past into the future, into the present. This means to really reflect on the lessons you've already learned in your life, and notice if you're seeing anything repeat itself where you're not implementing the lessons you've learned from the past, making sure that you're utilizing the wisdom from your upbringing, from things that you've seen in your life, from the way you've seen other people live their life, and making sure you're not making similar mistakes as the past, and instead bring up the wisdoms from the past and use that to help you push through the tests. Because the tests are there simply because the universe keeps showing you lessons that you need to prove you have learned. So it's really helpful to comb through the lessons you've learned in your life to see how those might be applying or directly relating to whatever you may be going through right now, whatever tests you may be facing. Because I guarantee you that test is probably directly linked and completely connected to a lesson you've already learned, or a lesson that you were supposed to learn but kind of ignored a few months ago and now need to really implement change in, okay? So that's gonna help you get through any of those tests as well. And this is really helping us to excavate what has been lost in our past as well. We're going to go a little deeper with this message by talking a little bit about the ancestral wisdom. So not only are we, learning the lessons from our past and our personal lives, we're also implementing lessons learned from our ancestors, from our history, from our traditions, and the way we can activate and amplify these wisdoms is to study more of our traditions, more of our ancestral wisdoms, more of our history, and to go back in time and listen to our elders to find out what lessons did they learn that we maybe didn't listen to fully, that we now need to implement so that we don't go through the same path. This is all in order to preserve our energy, to protect our energy from, contrast or things that just aren't serving us, and help to avoid, hardships that we don't need to go through because our elders already went through it, or, people in our life that we've seen struggle already went through it. So we were able to learn from them. And just as we struggle and go through our own things that other people observe and learn through us, we do the same. So we want to use that wisdom to our advantage, because that's what brings community into such a beautiful value and such a beautiful support system, is because we can observe each other, we can interact with each other, we can learn from each other, and we can grow from each other and grow together. So use that wisely. So as we move through this energy, we're also honoring what is. We're honoring what reality we are in right now. I talked a little bit about that last week, where we're really in an interesting place in time, where we're moving from the 3D, the matrix, the industrialized era, the energy of the machine and the material world, and we're moving into the 5D, which is very spiritual, very etheric, very unconditionally loving and compassionate and intuitive. But in between that is the 4D. And the 4D is a combination of everything. And it's a little bit of a mess. And that's where we're in right now. And we're even experiencing it within our own selves, where parts of our behavior, our thoughts, and our emotions may be resonating with the 3D world, and other parts may be resonating with the 5D world. And we're kind of having these interpersonal conflicts, interpersonal reactions that may be combative, and it's causing a lot of commotion within us and within others. You're seeing this in other people who are already unbalanced, becoming very much more unbalanced, kind of losing it, feeling completely unraveled. And we're noticing that also in systems in the world that have been unbalanced, unraveling as well, and all sorts of things. So you can really pay attention to the way in which the 4D is showing up in our world once you take a step back and kind of observe, okay, what's resonating in the 5D here and what's resonating in the 3D here. And you can do that within your own self whenever you're feeling a little bit of that contrast within. And you can choose from there to move more into that 5D reactionary place so that you can have more peace and more prosperity in that spiritual flow, okay? I hope this is all making sense. I got some thumbs up. I've got some hearts. Good, good, good. Good to see you. Kayla says, I've been channeling my frustration into my art lately. Good. I usually wouldn't do that because I was always afraid of the outcome of the creation, but this has been the best way for me to move through it. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. Good to see you here, Lindsay, as well. Good to see you, Director Dank. Good to see you, Color Me Nicole and Phil. Good to see you all. Thetis is here as well. Definitely been feeling the restlessness at night while sleeping. I wake up in the middle of the night. That's when I feel it the most. Yes, and you start praying. Yes, so the restlessness also, thank you for saying that, because it is at night. And I've been feeling it the same way, waking up repeatedly at night over the last couple of nights. It is a vibration. And now that we've talked a little bit about, honoring what is, we're going to dive in a little bit more to the vibration that's going on here with the restlessness. But let me finish this one message here, because I don't think I all the way finished this here yet. So we're honoring what is reality, right? We're honoring what we notice, what we're seeing, and what is resonating at the 3D and the 5D level so that we can sift through appropriately. And we want to, from there, recognize our role and our purpose in that transformation. Some of us, our purpose is to observe and to record and to, comfort others through it. Some of us are here to guide and teach and liberate through it. And some of us are here to create and inspire and innovate through it. There's all sorts of purposes and roles that we can play during this transformation. So by honoring what is, and by taking that observant role to look at it clearly, we're able to start to feel into what our purpose is in it. And I'm hosting an amazing event today from 4 to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is also Pacific Time. They're on the same time zones right now. So 4 to 6 p.m. in Arizona and 4 to 6 p.m. on the West Coast. That's the time frame we're doing the event. And it's going to be today, and it's called Propel Into Your Purpose, and it's a free event. So if you want to sign up for that free event, you can go to the description link in this video. I'll be sure to post it right away, but then there's also the same link in last week's video description if you want to go ahead and sign up real quick right now. But that's going to be a really amazing event. I'm going to dive into more about this purpose and how to really activate your passions into purpose and how to step more into your soul mission right now, because this is the time for Lightworkers to do so. And I know a lot of you have been feeling a little bit confused as to what's my soul mission, or how do I step into it, or what do I do next? So this is going to be a really great energy and workshop for you to connect to. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the energy of that restlessness at night. So another part of the restless energy that we're feeling is that trembling and shaking energy that I mentioned. And that is because the tectonic plates in Mother Earth, in the earth, are shifting, and they're really changing in a big way right now. And it's with the astrological influences as well. Now, I'm not an astrologer. I am not an astronomer. I don't study the Earth's plates, but I do know that the Schumann frequency, the Schumann resonance, which is the electromagnetic frequency of the Earth, is shifting at record levels right now. And I personally, and I know all of you, just from what you've been saying, are feeling that trembling, that shaking, that restlessness, and it's happening at night. And this is when the energy of the earth is really kind of potent. And so we're feeling that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an increase in earthquakes or fires or volcano eruptions or sea levels rising during this time or over the next several weeks. This is something I've been talking about for a while, and I've been feeling it pretty heavy. I'm just waiting for the energy to kind of surface from the core of Mother Earth, because she's been getting ready for a while to do some big shifting. And so we want to prepare for that by grounding. We want to give love to Mother Earth. We want to connect to nature as much as we can. We want to send love to her, and we want to really just be connected to the earth, because the more we can resonate at the same frequency of the earth and connect to nature, the easier we'll move through her transformations. Okay, so with that being said, moving into love and laughter. Love and laughter is a gift for the recent upgrades that we received from the Lion's Gate. We're going to feel an amplified energy of love, laughter, and abundance this week as we move into it because of the way we've integrated the Lion's Gate activations. I talked a lot about the way we were integrating those activations last week, so make sure to go review last week's reading for more info on that. But this is really a great energy to experience, and we're going to see a buildup of that love, laughter, and abundance as we move throughout the rest of this month. Our intuition is also very much heightened during this time because of those activations and astrological influences from the Lion's Gate. And now as we have this new moon in Leo, activating even more of that lion energy, though we've already been in Leo season, we're activating even more of that Leo energy. And so we want to really enjoy this. We want to really capitalize on it. We want to lean into it because the Leo energy is a big heart energy. And so the more we can expand in our positive thinking, in our ability to feel gratitude and love and laugh and feel abundance and notice how we already are abundant, the more that we will attract that and the more that we will amplify the Leo energy that is helping us to maintain that vibration. So use your intuition so that you don't lose it, okay? These activations that we received from the Lion's Gate portal are here for a reason, but they're not going to stay unless we actually integrate and continue to utilize those energies. If we decide this week or next week to stop being bold, to stop being courageous, to stop being confident, and to stop being, big-hearted, we're going to shut ourselves off from those Lionsgate activations we just received. So it's really important that we maintain what we received by using it. Okay, we got the amplifications of all of that energy, but how are you using that boldness, that courage, that confidence? How are you using that big heart energy? And if you're not using it, you're going to lose it. So don't lose that energy. And also, same thing with your intuition. Use your intuition. Follow it, trust it. This is the time, if not any time, to really lean in to your spiritual focus and to your spiritual gifts, because there is so many things changing right now. There's a lot of unpredictability, even for intuitives and light workers and people who have been doing this for years, because of how much things are changing at once right now. We can only predict so much. But if we can sharpen our intuition and sharpen our intuitive gifts, we're going to be able to feel when and how and what to move right when we need to, because our intuition is going to be sharp and guiding us every step of the way. And that's why it's so important for you to learn your gifts, because everybody has these gifts, but what can you do to use them so you can build them, strengthen them, and maintain them for all the ways that we're going to need them very soon. And that's why I'm a coach for this stuff. I'm such an avid believer in teaching people how to use their gifts, because it's incredibly important. And it really is about self-preservation at this point. If you're not using your intuition regularly, or if you can't rely on it to get you out of a sticky situation or to help you avoid a sticky situation, then you're going to have a hard time as we continue moving through this transformation in the world, because this is an epic transformation. We're literally shifting into a completely new paradigm in the world and the frequency of the world. So we've got to have that intuitive focus. And we also have to have our shields up, okay? So make sure to check in with that Protect Your Spirit meditation that I posted as well. And if mentoring and coaching is something that you're interested in to help you sharpen your intuition and improve your gifts, definitely reach out to me. I do the coaching and mentoring, and I have a whole course that is dedicated to teaching you how to activate your gifts as well. So that is something that I think could be really helpful for anyone during this time. All right, so with that being said, this is a new balance that we're moving into now that we're activating our gifts and we're learning how to use our intuition more and our courage and our confidence. We're finding a new balance within ourselves. And so that is also causing us to feel a little up and down here and there, or a little bit off in a way, or just a little bit out of our comfort zone. But as long as you keep staying with it, leaning into it, knowing that this is new balance, it's okay. It's not going to, ruin you. It's not going to completely take you off your path or out of what you're doing. It's just a little bit of an adjustment phase, okay, from the activations that we received. How's everybody feeling right now? Are you guys good? Are you guys following? Everybody good? Okay, cool. All right, so another aspect of this energy is to always be the student and learn more. The more that you can educate yourself, the more that you can become a master of what you're doing and what you're focusing on and what you're growing in, the more that you will be strong in this transformation that we're undergoing. So stay a student, learn more, and recognize if there's any ego within you that is cutting you off from being open to new perspectives or being open-minded or being open to new information, because that could be something that's really limiting you at this time. So look beyond the surface, dig deeper, not just in information that you're interested in or information going on in the world, but also within yourself. Learn yourself more, study yourself more, dig deeper into who you are. What do you like? What do you love? What don't you like? What don't you love? What are some of your favorite things about yourself? What are some of your not so favorite things about yourself? What are some of the experiences that created those things in your world? So all of this study of self and study of experience brings you education that is so useful, this amazing knowledge that you can use to move forward and make sure that you're living your life with that wisdom and kind of just making it easier. You know, we want to work smarter, not harder, right? So let yourself grow smarter by learning more. We're also transmuting a lot of energies right now. Like we said, there's so much energy going on, but there's also this energy of fire. We're going to get into the Leo new moon next, and we're at the end of the spirit messages right now. So we're moving into this awareness of fire energy, and we're transmuting fiery energies. Some of the fiery energies are amazing. They're great. Things like passion, excitement, liberation, determination, motivation, those kind of energies are very fiery, right? Eagerness, assertion, these are all fiery energies. There's also fiery energies that are a little bit daunting, heavier, limiting, like anger, aggression, competition, comparison, jealousy, greed. These are fiery energies. There's a lot of passion behind them, but they don't serve us. They limit us, and they limit our human experience in a negative way. And so we're noticing also that even in the world, a lot of those energies are being transmuted. You know, things like competition in sports, or things like aggression in you know, different scenes and different communities and different things that used to kind of go on that aren't going on as much anymore because of the COVID and the quarantine and things that have just kind of lessened our aggression. We've had to move into solidarity. We've had to social distance. And so all of these things are also kind of transmuting our aggression, though we've had some fight back, right? We see the protests, we see things like, you know, the police brutality and things like that. We see, you know, the intense things happening in the world in regards to world issues and political issues. So there's a lot of heightened versions of those energies, but also some suppression of those energies. So we're noticing the transmutation. That's what happens in the process of transmutation. Things become kind of contained and suppressed and kind of condensed and then changed into something else. Okay, so we're seeing that. And we're really noticing that as we transmute those energies as a mass collective, and as we observe that, those energies are available for new creation. We're able to create new systems, new paradigms, new events, new structures, new communities, new dynamics from that transmutation, okay? So we can add to this by envisioning a different world, by envisioning what we want to see instead, by imagining something better, and by putting our energy towards something better, and kind of cutting our energy off from the things that haven't been serving us, that have been overly competitive or overly aggressive or just not balanced in any way. And this is how we become the mentors of our own experience. This is how we really become the wise ones. This is how we guide others through our leading by example. And this is also how we use our own awareness and wisdom to inspire other people to find their own wisdom and to adopt new information and new awareness as well. And we got that card in the Starseed Saturday meditation yesterday from the Earth-centered starseed beings. And so we are the Earth-centered starseed beings. We are humans. We are starseeds of Earth. And so we did pull the Earth card yesterday with the being the mentors message. And so we're really becoming the mentors of Earth. We're learning how to create our new world and our new Earth through our intentions, through our manifestation power, through our heightened intuition, through our gifts, and through all of the ways we've built this confidence, courage, boldness with the Leo energy, the Lion's Gate, and now with this new moon in Leo with more fire to add to it. We also got the Embracing Family card yesterday for the Starseed Saturday meditation. So that was another way to really step into more of that 5D loving vibration and transmute any heavy vibrations by embracing family, okay? And as a result of that, we got the community card at the end of the meditation, letting us know that the community energy is really what is helping to collectively build the new world energy of the 5D and help us transition into that with grace. All right, so with that being said, those are my spirit messages for this week. How are you all feeling? What's resonating? Feel free to comment. Let me know what's going on in your world, how you're feeling through this reading so far. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the new moon in Leo now so we can talk about more of this fire energy. The new moon in Leo is on Tuesday, and it is a really powerful energy. Of course, we know that the new moon represents new beginnings. Every time we have a new moon, it's our way of starting fresh and creating new intentions for the month. But this new moon in Leo is more so about beginnings that we've been waiting for. Again, it goes back to that restlessness, that sense of urgency, that sense of eagerness, but not really having the concrete things that we need to actually start the process or to step into that new beginning all the way. So we really have to be patient. So you may feel a little bit frustrated this new moon in wanting to start something or feeling like something is going to start for you and it not starting on the exact time you thought. But trust me, it will start at the time that it is meant to start. Everything is in divine timing and order right now. And your guides, your higher self, and source, the universe, is really calculating everything that's happening in your life and in the world according to the right time and energy that it needs. So don't fight it, don't force it. Just go with the flow and lean into it and be patient, because those new beginnings are going to really set forth in a lot of strength and abundance and power when they're ready. And it will be so worth the wait, I promise you. So if you're waiting on something to come through, if you're waiting for a new opportunity, if you're waiting for, a new relationship or an answer to a question or a decision that you're trying to make and you're having a hard time, trust that it will make sense and it will get clear soon. And that new moon energy will help the energy kind of progress. So keep moving towards it. Keep actioning what you want. Keep staying positive mentally of what you're desiring. Stay focused on the things that you want to create and the things that you're wanting to manifest so that that energy stays strong. If you start to distract yourself with, oh, it's not here yet, or oh, it's not working, or oh, I didn't get it when I wanted to, or this isn't happening the way I thought it was going to, then you're actually cutting yourself off from the momentum that you've already built towards the thing. So it's almost like you're starting back over at square one. So you don't want to do that. That's only going to take longer. So stay mentally strong and patient, and start to finally relax into your true self. This is an energy of the new moon in Leo as well, where we're opening our heart to seeing our true self and seeing our true heart's purity and also aligning with it. This is a powerful energy and it's creating a lot of heart sensitivity. So some people may be a little more sensitive emotionally than they are used to. I know I have been that way for probably the past 2 months. I think it's probably has to do with other things I've been going through as well in my love life and just like open new love, but also there's this energy of new heart sensitivity. And I know that that's also with the Leo energy and the Lion's Gate. So if you've been feeling a little bit more empathic, a little bit more sensitive to your emotions, if you've been feeling a little bit more, just sensitive in general, know that it's okay. But also know that that's where those shields come up as well when you need to feel safe. If you're in an environment where it doesn't feel good to be emotionally that vulnerable or that empathic, make sure you do that call on your protective spirits meditation, put your shields up, but also let yourself relax into that big-hearted energy when you can, when it feels safe, when you're alone in your home, when you're in the bath, when you're with your partner, when you're with your family, with your friends and your soul tribe. Let yourself relax into that pure-hearted energy, because that heart energy is who you truly are. And as you lean into that, it's going to really help you to be even more bold and brave in that vibration, which ultimately helps you in your individuality, your independence, your soul power and purpose, and all of those amazing things that we're aiming to constantly be aligned with, right? So as we tap into our energy with this new moon in Leo, we're also recognizing what's not in flow. This is also attuning to those tests and recognizing, okay, what behaviors, what thoughts, what emotions are not in flow with what we've asked for this new moon or for the rest of this year or for this year in general that we've been wanting to manifest. What's not in flow? And when you notice what's not in flow because you feel resistance or contrast or uncomfortability, you want to make the changes to adjust that. Now, again, like I said, if you're feeling uncomfortable because you don't really have anything to do, but you're feeling that restlessness, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more so of when you're, thinking a certain thing, and then you have a sign that shows up that kind of creates a negative experience from that thought, or you manifest something because you thought that thing, or you get really sensitive to an energy and it causes a big blow up with a friend. These things are showing you that those behaviors, those emotions, those thoughts are not in flow with what you really want, community, harmony, connection. So you want to adjust whatever it was that got things off track. And this is also going to clear confusion, this new moon in Leo. We're going to feel some clarity with this energy because our heart is opening. And when our heart opens, we start to feel our intuition more. So we're going to have a lot of aha moments. We're going to get a lot of the divine intelligence we needed to clear confusion on decisions we've been making or things that we just haven't really been able to process or understand all the way. The fire energies of Leo and the energy of the Lion's Gate as well, and the new moon, is really helping to give us this energy of passion, love, and eagerness. And that is also aiding in our it's working to our aid in clearing confusion as well. Okay. So this is a powerful energy. Now, also with the new moon in Leo, I want to talk a little bit about the astrology. It is a new moon in Leo at 26 degrees, and 2 + 6, of course, is 8. So we've got an 8 code with that. And of course, the Lion's Gate is an 8 code portal. We had it on the 8/8 of every year, and we just finished that Lion's Gate. We're actually finishing it with this new moon, realistically, because the new moon is on 8/18. So we have another 8 code. So we have another set of 8s. We have 3 8s here, the 26th being 8, then the month of August being 8, and then the 18th for the new moon with the 8 there. Really powerful energy, 8 code. And 8 represents that positive movement forward, that positive progression and empowerment phase right before you get to the end of something you've been working on, right before you get to the finish line and you get all of those amazing, gifts and rewards for all of your hard work. That's what the 8 is all about. So we're really approaching that crunch time. We're in that last phase before we receive all of the blessings we've been asking for before the harvest season, right? So we're really in that energy of empowerment. And this is an energy of eternal light as well. It's an infinity number. 8 is all about infinite light, okay? So as we are empowered in our own personal growth and our own, ability to achieve things, we're also empowered in our eternal light, which is helping us to activate our light body and stay connected to the 5D that we're moving into, and also our intuition and all of our spirit guides as well. Really, really powerful energy. Now, like I said, the Leo is a fire sign, so lots of passion, lots of fire. Fire energy is active. It's in your face. It's hot. It's expressive, right? It's passionate. It's quick moving. And so we're feeling all of that as well, of course, with everything we've talked about. And this fire energy is going to be something that we feel for the entire month. We've already been feeling it quite a bit. And we have a lot of, astrological influences. So Mars is also a very fiery planet, and Mars is kicking up a lot in this new moon. So that's adding fire to it. We have a trine with the Mercury, Sun, and Moon trining Mars. And Mercury is also a bit of a fiery planet, I believe, as well, in its own way, with that expression and that communication and interaction energy. The Sun, of course, is fiery with its light and its heat. And the moon kind of calms it down. The moon soothes it. It's more of a watery energy. And then we've got the Mars being fiery. So still more fire than water there. And this is really about the masculine. This trine of the Sun, the Moon, and Mercury to Mars is about the masculine energy. And it's helping us to change the narrative of how masculine energy is expressed through us and also in our mass collective. So you're going to notice through history, if you go back and look at astrology, anytime Mars is really fiery like this, we see a lot of change in the way masculine energy is expressed in the world. So that would be, the aggression, the greed, the protection, the energy of defense, the energy of power and independence and strength. And drive, all of these masculine energies, and structure, okay? So we're noticing that in the systems that are changing in the world, and, politics and all sorts of things, we're seeing the narrative starting to shift in a big way. Now, this trine is a harmonious trine, and it's really good for helping us to tap into our intuition, our mystery, our awareness, and our expression. So we're going to feel a lot of that as well. We're going to see infinite expansion in those areas, abundance, and we're also going to see a powerful reboot of our heart and our mind, where if our heart has been unbalanced, or if our heart has been a little bit off, or just not fully intuitive and accurately, or even just picking up energetic signals that well, our heart is going to kind of start to reboot and start to do that. If your heart is already doing that really well, but it's your mind that hasn't been picking up on energy, or has been feeling a little dull or stagnant or less active, then it's your mind that is going to get that reboot. And that's where you're going to see those tests. You're going to see tests of the thoughts that you're thinking, tests of the emotions you're thinking, depending on which one it is. So know that that's what's happening, and it's all for the purpose of creating new balance, like we talked about. So the more you can lean into it, the more that you can just align gracefully to those changes. The last thing I want to say about the new moon in Leo, before we talk a little bit about some other astrological events before we pull cards, is that Venus sextiles Uranus on the new moon in Leo on Tuesday, which is going to also bring forth a lot of energy for freedom, pleasure, beauty, and abundance. Okay, so even though we're seeing a lot of tests, even though we're seeing a lot of fiery energy, we are transmuting it, remember. So this isn't going to be that difficult of a moon. It's going to be balanced enough to make it feel pretty graceful, with that freedom, that pleasure, that beauty, that abundance coming in. And we're going to feel very creative as well. So if you start to feel any of the adverse effects of that fire energy, try to channel it into creative expression, like art, like Kayla said, or writing, or any kind of creative work, making music, or anything like that, because that will really help you. This includes anxiety. If you're feeling anxiety, you can channel that into some of those creative works, or some innovative projects, or imaginative kind of experiences as well, okay? How are we doing? Everybody good? Yes, yes, yes. Phil says 8 is the adjustment card, or justice too. Yes, love that. Lots of justice, balance. Zasha's here as well. Yes, Mars is everywhere. Yes, so much Mars energy. And we're actually going to see Mars influencing us pretty extensively the rest of the year. Mars actually goes retrograde in about a month. So this is really prepping us for some intense Mars energy. Mars is all about action and aggression, sometimes anger, passion, sexuality. We talked about the sacred sexuality stuff a couple weeks ago. That's going to come back up next month as we continue to move into all of this energy of Mars. So it's a lot. It's a lot of energy. It's an intense energy. It's a fiery energy. So we're learning how to adjust to the fire. And we want to use that fire so we don't lose it, right? We don't want to just say, okay, I don't want to have any fire in my life. I don't want to be angry or upset or anything, so I'm just going to cut off all fire. No, we want to channel it into the good fire stuff, the passion, the excitement, the drive, the determination, the movement forward, the sexual energy that's powerful for transmutation and manifestation. Those are the things that we want to focus and channel into, the creativity, okay? So don't cut yourself off from fire energy just because it's intense. Learn how to move with it. Learn how to lean into it. Learn how to use it so you don't lose it, okay? All right, a couple of other astrological influences real quick. Tomorrow we have a lot of manifestation energy and balance available to us with Mercury sextiling Mars, again with the Mars energy. This is going to give us a lot of gusto for our expression, our assertive expression. our ability to turn ideas into action and to inspire action from ideas. The Sun conjuncts Mercury as well tomorrow, which is going to bring us more practicality for business purposes and professionalism and productivity. So tomorrow is a really great day for some awesome business ventures and just getting things done. And then, of course, we have that new moon in Leo on Tuesday. And that's it. That's it for astrological influences. It was pretty simple. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pull a couple of cards to sum things up. How is everybody feeling? Are you ready for this week? Anybody have any questions? Feel free to fire away. And also, I just want to remind you all, if you're wanting to use some of that fire energy to propel into your purpose, I am hosting that event today from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is also Mountain Standard Time. Arizona time is at the same, it's at the same time as Pacific time. So 4 to 6 p.m. on the West Coast, and it is virtual. So if you're joining from Central time zone, that will be 6 p.m. to 8. If you're joining from Eastern, it will be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. tonight, okay? And the link will be in the description to sign up. It's going to be a really fun event. I put 2 hours up for the event. We may not use the full 2 hours, but I like to have that time just for people to share and connect, and so we don't have to rush. But it's going to be a really fun event. I'm also going to pull a moon card. I always like to use the Isis cards for the moon. I haven't pulled one of these in a while. So we'll pull a new moon for Leo energy. Beautiful. All right, beginning of the week card, spiritual growth. Yes, we are growing spiritually. We know it from all the activations from the Lion's Gate. We know it from this new moon. We are stepping into more of our new beginnings through the wisdoms we've gained from the activations of all of these gates and portals we've been in. So yes, the beginning of the week is all about spiritual growth. Trust that you are growing spiritually. Trust that you are activating more of your divine purpose and your intuition, and make sure that you're really setting clear intentions for what you want for your spiritual growth. What do you want to see? Do you want to see your clairvoyance activate more? Do you want to see yourself be able to astral travel? Do you want to feel more empowered in your intuition for your business? What do you want for your spiritual growth? Because you can manifest it by making those intentions with this new moon in Leo on Tuesday. The middle of the week card is faith. Have trust. Even if you don't see those new beginnings really showing up in the way that you want right away, know that they are coming. Be patient. It's worth the wait. And make sure to have faith and trust that they are showing up. The more faith you have, the more you will move through this transformation with grace and will receive the blessings that are coming to you, okay? Archangel Raziel with the faith card for the middle of the week. And then at the end of the week, just ask what you want. Ask for what you want from your guides. This is a powerful card. This is letting you know that you have the power to receive whatever it is that you want, whatever abundance, love, connection, prosperity, opportunities that you want. Just ask your guides for them and believe that you can receive them. And when you ask, you are immediately receiving them. So trust that you will, and it will be. Okay, you have so much support from the unseen worlds that are here to give you your blessings. All right, the moon card, the new moon in Leo card, is the Chariot of Ascension Merkaba. I love this card. It's so beautiful. And the card itself says, a spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Maybe the Propel into Purpose event today is your spiritual experience. A spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. Okay. Yes, this is powerful. So whatever spiritual practice that has come to your attention or has been on your mind or your intuition to follow and start to incorporate in your daily life, do that, because it is going to help you root your spiritual light into the body of your soul and move through power and grace into more of your abundance and blessings. Okay. Such a powerful reading today. How are you all feeling? Do you have any questions? Is there anything else you need? Let's do another review. Spiritual growth for the beginning of the week. Faith for the middle of the week. Just ask for the end of the week. And the Chariot of Ascension, the Merkaba, for the new moon in Leo. Yes, all of those go hand in hand. Yes, thank you, Color Me Nicole. Thank you, Leslie. So good to have you all here. I am so happy that we've connected today. I am so grateful that we get to connect every single Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Central for these weekly readings. Thank you all for joining live with me. And thank you to all of you who are watching on the replay as well. Again, it's not too late to sign up for the Propel Into Your Purpose event. I will put the description link in this the link in the description, and that way you can sign up. Also, you can check any of the previous weekly readings for those links as well. I can't wait to connect with you on our Zoom event today, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week if I don't see you today. And yeah, let me know how you're doing throughout the week. If you need anything from me, if you need any one-on-one sessions, let me know. I'm here for you always. And I can't wait to see you again next week. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. Peace.